Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm back with another review. This time I saw the Hyperions. This is a 2022 superhero comedy comedy film, I guess, directed by John McDonald, and it stars Carrie Elways, Penelope Mitchell, Elaine Tan, Alfonso Macaulay, Tanner Buchanan, uh, yeah, Tanner Buchanan. In this film, in 1960, Professor Ruckus Mandelbaum invented the Titan Badge, a device that enables humans to have a particular superpower. He took in 3 down on their lucky youths, creating an unusual family of superheroes, and they quickly rose to fame and prestige. Over time, however, the commercial family fractured, and the professor replaced the team with a new set of superhero teens. Cut to 1979, when 2 of the original superheroes are all grown up and wanting their Titan badges back, even if it means robbing the professor's museum and taking a few hostages accidentally. So, what did I think of the Hyperions? Well, again, this is the 4th Daily Wire film I have seen so far, the third one that they have produced specifically. And I'd say this is the weakest one so far, but I still don't hate it. I can see the concept there. I just think there's a bit of inexperience with this director showing here on tone for sure. And I do think that quite a few things needed a bit more to them in order to make this story fully work. But let me get to the cast. Excuse me. Gary always plays Professor Ruckus Mandelbaum. He's the leader of this group of superheroes or this kind of company. Carrie Elways is a great actor. Seen him in things like Saw, Princess Bride, um, uh, Dracula. Um, yeah, he's a very talented actor, I think, and I think he does great here. Uh, he really does make the film in a lot of scenes. I said great. I should have said he's fucking awesome in this movie. He's perfect for this movie. He's got the perfect voice. He's got the perfect inflections. Sorry, I'm readjusting. I'm a bit uncomfortable. Um, yeah, he's perfect for this role. I'm glad they chose him. Penelope Mitchell plays Vista Mandelbaum. She's one of the original Hyperions. I really liked her here. I've seen her in other films. I saw her in Look Away with India Isley. I think she did a great job in that, playing a little evil bitch. She was also in Muzzle with Aaron Eckhart. I think she did good in that too. I think she's a bit of an up and coming actress. Um, and here she has some moments of genuine like heart and genuine emotion that I did really enjoy from her. Elaine Tan plays Maya. She's a, still there at Hyperion. She's one of the first. She ended up staying and she like trains them. I like her. I think she did a good job in the film. I haven't really seen this actress before. Apparently, she was in Inherent Vice, the Paul Thomas Anderson films. Apparently, she was in Out for a Kill. Wait, was she the main girl? No, she wasn't. Okay, but yeah, she did a good job. Alfonso Macaulay plays Ansel. He's again another one of the originals. I don't mind Alfonso Macaulay as an actor. I've only seen him in things like um, Cat Run and Cat Run. Well, I didn't see Cat Run 2. I hated Cat Run 1. I'll have to give it another try though. But excuse me. Um, I have nothing to drink right now. I am sorry. But I think he does a good job here. I think he works comedically, even if there are some moments that are a bit squandered with him. And Tanner Buchanan as Apollo, he's one of the new recruits. He's fine. But Hyperions. The main thing this film seems to want to do is to make a quirky comedy about family and how like kind of in the way of Hollywood with child stars, once they felt this like had this fame and then have to give it away because new people are going to become the Hyperions. It's kind of in the same way that child stars are kind of just thrown away because they were brought on because they were cute and not because they were talented. But in that way where they do have the talent, they're just being thrown away basically. And there is something deep here that I think could have been expanded upon. It's just that the film is a bit schizophrenic with how it tells this stuff because it changes tones quite wildly at times. It starts out as this like quirky heist movie, and then it goes into like there's like an action scene with Maya like beating up these two guys, which it's not like a badly done fight scene. I kind of wish there was more of that because this film does have a lot of moments where it gets boring. That I'd say that is a big issue with it is pacing, even though it is only like 96 minutes or nine. I think it was just 90, but uh, it goes from being this like quirky heist movie with some like kind of comedic stuff, like kind of Wes Anderson type comedy, to to like this like it goes from a quirky heist movie, then it wants to be like this kind of comedic thriller where it's like, oh, will she get hurt? Will the police be hurting her? Like, will she get out of the situation? And then you find out something else from about the plot regarding her wanting her badges back. And then you get to the last third where it becomes like a family drama. And it's like you can have some of each of those elements in there, but when it feels like it changes to a completely different movie near the middle and end. I'm like, that doesn't really work well, and the way that it's done doesn't exactly fit with what it's doing. So yeah, like that was a bit of an issue for me. Another issue again would be the pacing. It is only an hour and a half, and there are moments where it just drags. Like I think the beginning and end, the like first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes are like okay, I'll give it this. The last 25 minutes are really good, and the first 15 minutes are really good. In the middle, it does drag. And I think that's inexperience with this director. I don't know a lot about this director. A lot of the style of the movie, like the like interesting shots, interesting camera movements, are in the first bit and the last, then the first and third act. Um, there is a moment that I was like, oh, they're this was 100% a cop out. I was like expecting like one big action scene at the end for some reason when characters are using superpowers, but then that just didn't happen, and I was definitely a bit disappointed by that because the first action scene, the only action scene in the movie, was not badly done. It was well enough choreographed. There was some interesting stuff with it because it's a character that can teleport. I liked that. I thought it was interesting. And I just wish more was done with that. I wish more happened dealing with powers. Um, excuse me. But anyway, the film also I wish we got a bit more backstory on the other heroes because you get plenty of backstory our on Vista. But Maya and Ansel, the most that you know is that they, I think, were orphans and were taken in. I know Vista is our main character, but you're talking about three people who used to live together. Like, there should have been some, like, flashbacks to them being together as children to really buy that, oh, or to really sell that, oh, they knew each other as kids. That's why Maya cares so much about them and why she doesn't want anything to happen to them. There should have been more of that, for sure. Um, Same with Carrie Elways. I wish there was a bit more of backstory to him. There are some scenes of flashbacks with him, but not enough, I don't think, to really flesh out the character, and a lot of the downtime could have been used for that. There are It's to the point where I wish they had dropped the comedic excuse me. It's to the point where I wish they dropped the comedic angle because it just really doesn't fit in a lot of the scenes, and I'm just not a fan of the type of comedy that they're going for. Yeah, like, I know I'm not a big fan of Wes Anderson, and a lot of people have said that this is trying to be a Wes Anderson type movie. I can kinda see it. It makes sense to make that comparison, but also it's like, ugh, just, like, get it over with, you know? Like, I'm tired of everything being compared to everything else. But there are plenty of things that I do wanna compliment in this movie. The acting. The acting from Penelope Mitchell, Carrie Elways, Elaine Tan, Alfonso Macaulay, all four give at least good performances. Carrie Elways is the knockout star of the movie, or like the shining star. Penelope Mitchell is the real star. The direction is very, very good. Very nice camera movements, very smooth, very nice dolly shots. It's a very professional looking film. The set design. The set design looks like 1979. And this is from somebody who is obsessed with like period stuff. I loved the set design. I liked that they set it in this time period. I think that makes a lot of sense for what they're going for. Um, the I like there are times, excuse me, where I'm thinking of the accents and the voices of the characters never really annoyed me and never really stood out as like 100% these are like nowadays people. Carrie always 100% fits in with the time period. Everybody else is fine. Nothing really out of the blue that like annoys me. Um, but there were like maybe a couple bits of humor that I liked, but I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. There's like a visual gag having to do with like a dead body near the end that I actually did chuckle at, and I will give it that. I kind of wish this went for a more like violent side, like not like wall to wall violence or anything. I kind of wish this went a bit grittier with the premise, like how like fucked up certain people are after like having the powers and then having them taken away from them. I think they could have really done something impactful for that. Maybe have like a drug allegory thing, like be having the power for someone was like being on drugs. Um, and when they're off, they're like withdrawing. I think that could have been interesting. The animated sequences and okay, the fact that this was filmed on actual like film, the fact that this was made with actual like film on a film camera, 60 millimeters, some shit like that. That's a nice attention to detail. It gives the film a very original look, or it gives it its own flavor. And also the animation that is used throughout the part where they're like talking about a Hyperions kids show. That would be interesting if they actually did a Hyperions kids show for Bent Key, the Daily Wire's children's streaming thing. I haven't seen any of the stuff from that. I'm very curious about it. They have some stuff that's not Daily Wire on that, but I'm very curious. Um, but yeah, the animations that they use, the like, it gives it its own feel. Even though other actors or other directors have had movies where they have like animation used to tell the story at times, I like how it's used here, especially a scene where Carrie Elway's character is looking at the badges. I really liked how it was used there. But, yeah, this is a film that I don't mind, but I also can see issues people would have with it, and excuse me, I do wish that this film's concept was more fully realized, but I don't regret seeing it. And after this, I only have one Daily Wire movie to go. But yeah, I haven't hated any of the Daily Wire movies yet, so that's a good thing. But yeah, that was my review of the Hyperions. If you've seen the film, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you have any recommendations, put them down there as well. And movie reviewer next door,